Hello friends, welcome back to the online classroom. Today we are going to see the gain, frequency response and bandwidth of single stage CE amplifier. This is common emitter amplifier. So these are very basic parameters regarding a amplifier, any amplifier: gain, frequency response and bandwidth. So we have already studied the circuit diagram and input output waveforms for the single stage C amplifier. For a reminder, you can see for a input signal, for a small input signal, the amplifier provides a large output signal, or you can say amplified output signal, but it is a output is 180 degree out of phase. That is, the output is phase reversed to the input. So this is the just a circuit diagram for common emitter amplifier. Next we have seen the load line analysis for the same common emitter amplifier. That means for input current IB, so this is IB, the variation in output current IC, so this is IC, and change in output voltage, that is collector to emitter voltage, VCE. So we have already seen this diagram. So in the load line analysis, there are two things. One, there is a DC load line when there is no input signal, and there is a slightly changed AC load line. So without going into the deep of AC load line, just consider this diagram for load line analysis. So this is for input current IB, the variation in IC and VC, that is output voltage. So next we'll start with the voltage gain. So as you all know, the basic function of an amplifier is to raise the strength of an AC input signal. So you want to raise the strength of your AC input signal. So to raise the strength means what? You have to increase or raise the strength of voltage or current. So if you increase the voltage or current of a input signal, AC signal, you will get amplified output signal. So we already seen the current gain of common emitter amplifier or common emitter configuration. So beta is the current gain of common emitter configuration. So now we'll study the voltage gain of the common emitter amplifier or any kind of amplifier. So the voltage gain of the amplifier is the ratio of AC output voltage to the AC input voltage. So you can say it is a AC voltage gain. So again the voltage gain of the amplifier is the ratio of the AC output voltage to the AC input voltage. So you can say that voltage gain AB equal to V out, or you can say VO divided by V in. So this is the voltage gain of the amplifier. So as you all know, when the AC signal is concerned, the load RC will appear in parallel with RL. So RC and load resistance RL will be parallel to each other. Therefore the amplifier's effective AC load will be RC parallel to RL. So this will be the amplifier's effective AC load. So next, when RAC is the effective AC load of the amplifier, which is RL parallel to RC, so you can say that output voltage V out will be output current IC into RAC. So V out equal to IC into RAC. V in will be input current IB into input resistance R in. So V in will be IB into R in, and we know the voltage gain AV equal to V out divided by V in. So when you put the value of V out and V in this equation, you will get this equation. So finally you get the voltage gain AV equal to beta into RAC, that is effective AC load, divided by R in, that is input resistance of an amplifier. Similarly, you can get power gain like this. So power gain AP will be equal to beta square into RAC divided by R in. So this is the voltage gain and power gain of the amplifier. So the next term is very important, because as we have seen, the voltage gain, that is V out divided by V in, has no unit assigned to it. So you have not assigned any unit, so that voltage gain is just a number. So it is better to assign a unit to this quantity called as a gain. So you can say voltage gain as a decibel gain, where decibel or dB is a unit assigned to gain. So maybe it may be a voltage gain or a power gain or current gain. So the power gain in dB is equal to the 10 log to the base 10 of your power gain, that is P out divided by P in. So your power gain, so 10 log to the base 10 of your power gain will be the gain in power gain in dB. So if you put P out and P in the equation, you will get the voltage gain in dB equal to 20 log to the base 10 V out divided by V in. So this is the voltage gain in dB, and current gain in dB will be 20 log to the base 10 I out divided by I in. So when you take 20 log to the base 10 of voltage gain or a current gain, you will get gain in dB. So this is very important term. So you have to find the gain in dB. Always remember, when you are plotting a graph, you will have to find a gain in decibel or dB. So next term is frequency response. So you can see in the diagram, this is the frequency response of the amplifier. Be precisely, it is for common emitter amplifier. So the voltage gain of an amplifier varies with signal frequency. Means what? As the frequency of the signal changes, the voltage gain of an amplifier also changes. Why this voltage gain changes with the frequency? Because we are using capacitors in our circuit. So there are two types of capacitors. First, that is coupling capacitors, which we use at the input and output side of the amplifier, and second is a emitter bypass capacitor that we use to bypass the AC emitter current through the capacitor C. So we use C in and C out coupling capacitors and emitter bypass capacitor C. So the reactance of these capacitors in the circuit changes with the signal frequency, and hence it affects the output voltage. So this is why the voltage gain of an amplifier varies with the frequency of the signal. Means as the frequency of the signal changes, the voltage gain also changes. So first we will see what is the frequency response. So it is a very simple. Frequency response is the curve between voltage gain and signal frequency, or you can say the graph plotted between voltage gain, be precisely voltage gain in dB, and signal frequency of an amplifier. So it is known as a frequency response. The next term is the bandwidth. So as we all know, the frequency response is the graph of voltage gain versus frequency of the signal. So you can see here at the x-axis there is a frequency, and at the y-axis you can see it is a voltage gain. You can see it as a AV. So frequency versus voltage gain. So now we will see the bandwidth. So you can see the quantity frequency FR. So this FR is resonant frequency. So for this resonant frequency, your gain is maximum. So this is GM, that is maximum gain. So GM is maximum at the resonant frequency. Now you can see there are two frequencies, F1 and F2. You can see two frequencies, F1 and F2. So between the range of F1 and F2, you can see here, so this is the F1 and this is the F2. So between these ranges of F1 to F2, the gain is more than 0.70 of GM. So between the frequencies F1 and F2, the gain of the amplifier of an amplifier is more than 0.707 of the maximum gain, that is GM. So from this you can say that the range of frequencies over which the voltage gain is equal to or greater than 70.7%, 70.7% of the maximum gain. The range of frequencies over which the voltage gain is equal to or greater than 70.7% of the maximum gain is called as a bandwidth. So you can say the range of frequencies means between F1 and F2, the voltage gain is more than 70.7% of maximum gain. So you can call this range of frequencies as a bandwidth. So bandwidth is the range of frequency over which the voltage gain is equal to or greater than 70.7% of the maximum gain. So GM is the maximum gain, and this is your 70.7% of GM, that is 0.707 of GM. So the frequency ranging from F1 to F2 are the bandwidth of your amplifier. So you can see the frequencies below F1, means this side, you can see the gain of an amplifier is decreasing. So you can see gain of amplifier is decreasing below F1, and also beyond F2 the gain is also in decreasing manner. So below F1 and beyond F2 the gain of an amplifier is very less, precisely saying it is a less than 70.7%. So you can directly say that the amplifier amplifies the signal properly only between the frequencies of your bandwidth. So any frequencies which are included in your bandwidth, the amplifier amplifies that signal or frequencies properly, and other frequencies are not amplified. So this is very important part, that is bandwidth of a amplifier. So you can say the bandwidth of an amplifier equal to F2, the bandwidth equal to F2 minus F1. So the equation for your bandwidth will be F2 minus F1, where F1 is called lower cutoff frequency, F1 is called lower cutoff frequency, and the F2 is called upper cutoff frequency. Why F1 is called lower cutoff frequency? Because it is a cutoff frequency at the lower side, below which no signals are amplified, and F2 is upper cutoff frequency, means upper frequencies are not amplified by the amplifier. So this is the very basic parameters and very important parameters regarding any amplifier, but in the case of common emitter amplifier you can easily understand the use of this voltage gain, frequency response and bandwidth of an amplifier. So this is all for now. I hope you all understand the basic parameters regarding common emitter amplifier. In the next lecture we will see the multi-stage amplifiers and its parameters like gain, frequency response and bandwidth, along with the different types of coupling. Thank you.